Well, we begin tonight with concerns about students returning from Italy, where the coronavirus is spreading. Good evening to you. I'm Dave Llewellyn.
And I'm Carolyn Clifford. Right now, Italy is in a state of emergency. There have been 41 deaths in just one day, 148 dead in the outbreak so far, and the country has closed all schools and universities. Some
Eastern Michigan University students returned from Italy this week, and tonight there are fears they could have come in contact with the coronavirus.
7 Action News reporter Rudy Harper is on campus right now with student reaction and what action the university is taking.
Well, those students returned back here on campus on Sunday. Yesterday, they were told to self-quarantine. The problem for some, those students were offered a place to stay here on campus. Some question that decision and are asking for more transparency. As coronavirus concerns escalate, multiple EMU residential students forced to self-quarantine after returning home from Italy. We got our hands on an email from the Director of Housing and Residential Life that says 2 students on the trip were not feeling well when they got back to the U.S., but neither tested positive for the virus.
I wanted to bring this to alert to the community.
An employee with the housing department asked to remain anonymous out of fear of retaliation for speaking out. The employee says those students that returned from Italy were offered an isolated floor in the Phelps dormitory if it was impossible to go home. None of the students opted in, but the employee says those students already came into contact with people on campus over the last 72 hours.
There's a lot of angry feelings and fear, a lot of questions that the pro staff member could not answer.
The CDC now recommends that travelers avoid all non-essential travel to Italy. The university responding to the new guidance in an email sent out to students, faculty, and staff yesterday. It read in part, for Eastern Michigan University, this change is relevant to our students and instructors who recently returned from Italy. The earlier guidance was to self-monitor and resume normal activities as long as an individual was without symptoms. This employee says the warning comes too late and a possible exposure is the fear behind closed doors.
There's already people they interacted with and came into contact with, so that's another sense of concern. And I understand the need for confidentiality, but I think with this being a global outbreak, we have to be honest.
The university says they are taking all precautions and following CDC guidelines. They also tell us none of those students are showing symptoms at this time. A developing situation here on the campus of Eastern Michigan University. In Ypsilanti, I'm Rudy Harper, 7 Action News.
All right, thank you so much, Rudy.